Thank you.
Great stuff there, Gavin Casey with the Vermont senior coach Harmit Singh at quarter time. No doubt a happy man, a 32-point lead going into this second term. Me and Ray were both outside. I think the wind is at least a couple of goals, isn't it, Ray?
Yeah, look, I was critical, but now having been outside, yeah, the wind is really strong out there.
Well, here it is, the second term about to get underway. Umpire Dan Beard holds the bowl aloft with Brad Henderson about to get us set. Dan just looking around, making sure everyone's off the ground. He's the consummate professional at the moment. Here we go.
Yeah, Mitchell Garner to go up against Liam Buxton in the ruck. Garner won the tap down quickly. Handball to Frawley. Schneider there on the bottom of the deck and unable to go anywhere. Didn't appreciate the attention he got then from Frawley, and the umpire just has a word to both players, says that's not necessary. But Alex Frawley, he's an absolute beast at the contest and he'll keep cracking in, no question about that. Big bump then on Howard by Frawley. Frawley came off second best. Carey took Seedsman on, throws it on the boot. Nice mark by Kinder. This time he does play on, but it was the right idea on this occasion. Kinder's kick over the head of Garner and the ball over the boundary line.
The accurate one, Brad Henderson, spot on there, mate. He could play on that time.
So boundary throwing on that outer side. And good battle between Garner, Mitchell Garner that is, and Buxton. Umpire throws it in. Bit of a 0-0 draw that time. Hill fed it out to Frawley. Frawley was immediately tackled by Carey. And
how good has Alex Frawley been around the stoppages today?
Yeah, he's certainly a beast, as Brad has just described it.
Garner won the tap down. Nice work there by McDonald. Kick around the corner to fall forward. Darcy almost took the mark. Almost threw it out that time to Clark. Clark's handball was intercepted by Staples. Clark hunts down the footy, fed it back to Mitchell Garner. Garner's kick floats across the face of goal. Wilcox crashed into Damien Garner. Darcy now gathers it in. Very short kick. Probably didn't travel the required distance. That's what the umpire said. Wadley there was interfered with, but the umpire said no, it wasn't in the back, and I'll ball it up.
He had a good first quarter, opening quarter too, Wadley.
Yeah, really good, he was.
Still 32 points the difference. Buxton goes up. Clark at the fall of ball did okay. Squeezed to kick out. It might have been... I didn't think it went far enough for Quigley, but maybe it would have. But he dropped what he should have taken. Ball seen over the boundary line and out of bounds. Certainly is ferocious here. Barry Murphy, the hyphen, has copped one in the back as he went over the boundary line. So across the half back line, Vermont to kick it up towards the wing position where the big fly by Ainjo was spoiled by Garner over the back. The big man gets the received handball, but he was hip and shouldered off it from Wadley. There was a David versus Goliath moment there as a big fly up there. Fantastic mark by Ainjo. He's really got eyes for the football today. He's already kicked a goal. Spears the ball inside forward 50. That was perfect. Alex Greenwood takes the mark. He'll kick from 35 metres out directly in front. And against the breeze, you've got to keep it low and straight. And that's exactly what they did, Brash.
Well done there by Alex Greenwood. Made space. And mate Jackson to McDonald overcommit in the contest. And now gets a chance to kick one against the breeze here.
So Greenwood comes in. He'll kick from about 40 on the left, leans over it and makes no mistake. And hear the crowd get around that one. They're excited here, the Vermont faithful. The boys have certainly come out to play today. Bendigo Bank scoreboard 3.5 minutes into this second term. They lead 7-4-46. Rowville 1-2-8. Barry Cotts, you've got some scores around the grounds.
Yes, some Division 1 updates. South Croydon 2-3-15, trailing Blackburn 3-1-19. Bourne 5-2-32 to Norwood, 2 behind 2 points. North Ringwood 1-5-11 to Doncaster, 1 goal straight 6. Noble Park 3-2-20 to Montrose 1-2-8. And Knox and East Ringwood, it's Knox 5-2-32 to East Ringwood 2-1-13.
McDonald's handball into the path of Burns. Did he cop a high one from Carey? Strong tackle by Lachlan Carey, but the umpire said that was fair and it will be a ball up. So Buxton nominates against Clark. Buxton won the tap down. Strong tackle then on Kinder. Umpire throws it up. Anderson, in fact, it was. Quick kick there by Clark. Throws it on the boot. Miracle goal if he's kicked it. I think he has.
Got it.
Chris Clark's got his second. Made something out of nothing. Nice work by the big man. And Rowville now bring the margin back to 32 points.
Great play by Chris Clark then. In fact, that's the third time in this quarter that his second and third efforts after the initial contest and paid dividends with a goal that time.
Yeah, thoroughly deserved.
Very classy indeed. He's kicked 2 and Rowville's only kicked 2, so certainly doing his bit. Who's doing their bit around the grounds, Barry Codds?
Let's check some Division 2 and Upper Ferntree Gully 3-1-19 to 1 Turner South 2-2-14. Mitcham 2-3-15 to Bayswater 1-2-8. Park Orchard 7-1-43 to Doncaster East 1 goal straight 6. I kept that quiet.
Well, I've been told they have kicked a couple already, Barry, so you'll get an updated score soon. Ball goes a little bit further forward for Vermont. So it's still inside the centre square here. Umpire Damien Sully restarts that one. We'll give that knockout to Garner. Schneider overran the pill. A lot of players around this football and seemed like there would be a bounce, and that's exactly what will happen. A good spot for us here, right in front of us. High throws it up. Scooped upon out that time by Hill, just lost his feet at the crucial stage. Schneider was right on his hammer, and we'll have another bounce almost at the centre half forward mark here for Vermont. Leading this game comfortably by 32 points at the moment. Pye throws it up. Little handball out wide. Quick kick inside forward 50 now for Vermont. Going after it there was Greenwood. It was knocked away from him. Chasing after it there was Best right on his hammer. Aiden Quigley, and over the boundary line she goes for a boundary throw-in 40 metres out from the Vermont goals.
Still a 32-point lead for Vermont. Boundary throw-in. Garner won it down, knocked it towards the boundary line. Purdy there takes it over the line. Kirby McConnell, Brash, no influence so far.
Not so far. He's been well and truly put out of the contest.
He's always dangerous if you can get a sniff of it, though. We know that. We saw that a couple of weeks ago. Palm down there. Buxton. Purdy got involved. And McComb also on the scene.
Both sides are really sweating on that first clear possession, alpha stoppage and clearance to get some momentum.
Buxton won the tap. Handball was shot out then to Greenwood. Greenwood's searing pass was a brilliant one, and he honours the lead from Eddie. Brett Eddie to go back and line up for goal number 2.
See that possession there again, that clear possession.
Yeah.
Lovely kick there by Greenwood. And Brett Eddie, he's kicked 1 today. He's got 60 goals for the season.
Put it this way, Giorgio had no chance the way that ball was kicked.
Loves that sort of service.
And he's missed.
Eddie's kick hung it out to the left, minor score. He's hit 1 goal 2 today. Vermont lead by 35 points.
So it'll be James Gwilt to bring the ball back into play.
Tell you what, Elastic would be loving him at the moment.
Yeah, some potpourri in the caravan would be nice too as the kick comes out of the defensive zone.
I've got no idea what you mean.
Over the boundary line and out of bounds it goes. Barry Potts around the grounds on the score centre.
Yes, and Heathmont going on their winning way, 10-9-69 to Churnside Park, no score. The base 2-2-14 to South Belgrave, no score. And Baronia 2-4-16 is trailing Warrandyte 4-1-25.
So it'll be Carey to bring the ball back into play for Vermont. 2 kicks from home. They're going to kick it to the spearheads. At the back of the pack there and hitting the deck. I think that time was best. It comes down at ground level. Little handball out looking for Alice. Scooped upon. Hickhaney got the handball away. The snap goes goalward for Vermont. It just held up in the breeze. You could see Kinder just getting a handle on it. Luke McComb almost been able to snag one there, but a minor score is the result. Peppering the goals at the moment. It's 13 scoring shots to 4 at the moment and a 34-point lead to the Vermont Football Club as the Hawks just try to conjure something. The kick goes up towards the win position where Shane Davidson just read the flight of it perfectly, takes the mark, chips it over the top. Here's Greenwood, goes back to Davidson on the right boot, kicks the ball inside forward 50. That's going to hold up. Buxton was in the front spot. The big man couldn't pull it down but did really well to get boot to ball anyway. Nice. And they've just got players everywhere. Well done there. Brooke Caney takes the mark and he'll have a ping from about 20 metres out.
Brooke Caney had space, He was all on his own and well spotted by Liam Buxton there.
Sort of a kick, is he, Brash, for goal?
Brooks a very reliable kick.
So Caney got the faithful at the back of him. They'll ride this one home.
Nice.
A deliberate shot at goal, and he makes absolutely no mistake. And what has been very evident right throughout this game, when someone gets a score on the board, the Vermont boys are all celebrating it with them, getting around each other, and the encouragement is intense. I'm almost considering calling this game over, Ray Baird, at the moment.
Well, it looks that way, but there is far too many Rowville players not prepared to work harder. They're not working hard enough.
Barry Cots, score centre.
Yes, Division 4 scores. Coldstream 4 goals straight, 24, trailing Kilsyth 4-3, 27. Pioneers 3 goals straight, 18 to 1 behind. Gone away the Hawks 5-10, 40. Underwating 1 goal straight, 6.
Another piece of
Undisciplined
played off the ball.
Another clearance then by Vermont, and as you say, the free kick's gone the way of the Eagles. And Andrew Ainger to line up for goal.
I think he's actually underlined how important he is to this Vermont forward line, because his mobility is really, at the moment, he's really stretching James Gwilt right around the contest.
Can he kick the distance against the breeze brush?
Yes, he can.
So Ainger, confident approach, thumping kick, carried over the fence. So yeah, distance not a problem, but he did hang it out to the right. Minus score there for Andrew Ainger, and Vermont move on to 8-7-55. Rowville 2-2-14.
So Ryan Bond
Hall.
to bring the ball back into play. Played it to himself. Will go the grandstand side. Up and under kick there. A kick in hope. A big fly over the back there by Crozier. Couldn't pull the mark down. The fall of the ball. The Hawks have the numbers. And in a series of handballs, they're just looking for a favourable bounce for it to set up for them there. And it did just so in. Allen got into the middle of the ground. Dispossessing the football there was Systar. But the umpire, Dan Beard, said that one was okay. And he'll bounce it right in the guts of Vermont Recreation Reserve. 41-point lead to Vermont early in this second term. Certainly weren't expecting this coming out here today. And umpire Dan Beard asked for it back. He's already run a marathon today, Dan Beard. Comes out, McComb somehow got spun on a throop and got boot to ball, which works out actually okay in the end as Kalopi goes forward. Inside forward 50 was a good kick, and Best let out, and geez, he's got a good eye for the football and strong jukes, and he takes the mark, and he'll have it go just inside the paint of 50.
I tell you what, Luke McComb has gone up a notch in this second quarter. Some of these hard ball gets in the arm that he's been able to extricate from the stoppage has been very, very good.
So Jake Best crosses the 50 now, keeps it low. Is it held its line? No, it's just drifted to the left-hand side. Another behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Gee, you'd almost think the way Vermont are playing here, they could have actually put the game away if they had kicked a bit more straight.
2 goals, 2 today for Jake Best as Gwilt kicks to himself and then kicks it out towards the wing. Lovely mark taken there by Damien Garner. Probably need a little bit more out of him. He's been pretty quiet today so far. Driving kick. Nice mark by Robinson. Handed it off to Seedsman. Seedsman goes with a very funky kick there along the ground with a bit of a check side, and that was ambitious to say the least. Minus score for Rowville, kicked by Mark Seedsman.
I think Blake's some of Rowville's senior players like Crozier and the like, and Robinson they've got to try and find a way to get into the game here.
So Davidson kicked it out, and
very lucky then not to get 25.
Luke McCone took the mark. Been impressed with him today. Goes up towards the Ainger direction. You knew he was going to pull the mark down, and now they're off to the races, aren't they? Here's Kalopi on the right boot. He got dumped after he kicked it, so it might be Jakey Best who will be the recipient of this one downfield.
Well, obviously they haven't learnt because once again BWS, the play creating their own headaches here at Rowville with their undisciplined performance.
So 2-2 to Jake this afternoon. This one will take his very best. There's no doubt about that. He pushes it to the left-hand side. Once again, it does have the carry and through for another behind. That's number 9 now for the Vermont Football Club. 8-9-57 to 2-3-15. Ray Baird.
Yeah, someone just told me that Tom Mitchell, 29 touches, but it's only half time, boys.
What's that got to do with it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Ray.
We're not a bloody Hawthorn.
So Ryan Hall brings the ball back in for Rowville. Straight down the middle. Koenig was the target. Robinson gave it to Clark. Clark's kick tumbles forward, but Staples is back there. Had that kick well scouted. And Staples goes laterally now to Purdy.
Davidson.
Sorry, thanks, Sprash, Vermont expert. This is Johnson. Johnson got it from Davidson. High kick to the wing. Gwilt got the hand to it. Seedsman. Handball to Crozier. Hall over the footy. Strong tackle then by Ryan Hall. He's been a valiant warrior so far for Rowville today. Probably needs a few teammates to match his efforts. Garner won the tap down. Straight though into the hands of Howard. Howard's kick deep into the Vermont forward line. Crozier gave it to Kinder, who fumbled. Ainger, great tackle by Ainger.
Awesome.
Almost rips the footy out of his grip. And not a bad result in the end for Rowville with the ball up, but great work then from Andrew Ainger. And Vermont have a real appetite for the contest at the moment. That was Mitchell Garner who palmed it down. Purdy got hands to it. Giorgio did really well, got it to Seister. Now through the middle, Koenig. Koenig's handball to Burns, throws it on the boot. Floating kick forward. Darcy had to play from behind. Staples had front position. Nice second effort though by Darcy. Around the corner with the kick, but it just fades across the face of goal. And minus score then for Rowville. 2-5-17. Vermont 8 goals, 9-57.
Barry Cotts around the grounds with the score centre.
Yeah, Division 1, Bourne 6-2-38, lead Norwood 3-5-23. Blackburn 4-2-26 at South Croydon 3-4-22, and Knox 7-4-46 to East Ringwood 4-5-29.
Cam Howard, the Polish left footer, goes to the back pocket. McCafferty takes the mark. And a lead on there by Barry Murphy. That was ignored, so he elected to go up towards the Eddie direction, who was the flyer. Nicely done by Frawley at the fall of the ball. Got the handball out. Slammed straight back down the throat there by Hill. Back towards the Frawley direction. Mopped up by Davidson. Got it to Schneider. McCafferty out wide. And now here's a chance for the Eagles just to get themselves out of that danger zone. Poking a kick up towards the McConnon direction, who's been very quiet in this first half of football, as the ball trickles over the boundary line and out of bounds. Almost right on the wing here, right near the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. A 40-point lead to the Vermont Football Club. The faithful are enjoying that today. The smiles on Brash and Barry's face tells the story. Here comes McComb, got the handball out wide. And then backwards to go forwards. He was looking for Wadley. He was chopped off there by Ryan Hall. And Wadley brought him over right in front of the under-19s. Right up amongst it. Having a few cans and being quite vocal, helping our effects mics out today. The umpire to bring the ball back into play. They're wasting no time with the stoppages today. Been really impressed with that with the men in green. As it comes out, Eddie got dispossessed to the football. Goes after it again. A little bit of a tunnel ball action. Little handball there by Allen. Might have been legged in the contest, and he'll receive the free kick. A chance for Rowville now to go forward.
Yeah, Troy Allen, the Rowville veteran, goes out to the outer side. Bond. Little handball to Gwilt. Gwilt onto that trusty left foot. It's a thumping kick, but it was way off target and just manages to sneak through for a minor score. So Rowville 2-6-18, Vermont 8-9-57. 39-point lead still to Vermont. Approaching time on in the second term.
They need a couple of goals or the game is absolutely done and dusted.
It's done a good job of just sort of stemming the bleeding for the last few minutes, but yeah, right, they need some reward for that effort with some goals late in this quarter. Short pass there on to Wadley. Matt Robinson manning the mark. He needs to start finding the footy. Very quiet first half from Matt Robinson. Kick to the wing, great mark by Wilcox in a pack of about 5 players. Matty Wilcox stood tall and takes the mark, surveys the scene further afield. Now he drives it forward. Nice mark by Giorgio. Terrific grab. Just working his way back nicely then. And Giorgio will go sideways to Allen. Troy Allen. He goes short as well to McDonald. Jackson
Getting plenty of the ball, McDonald.
He's in the back pocket at the moment for Rowville. Very short pass was intended for Crozier, but he's put it straight out on the full, and you wouldn't read about it. That's a terrible error. Fisher's kick hugs the boundary, looks for Best and finds him.
Well, I reckon that was out of bounds too from this angle.
Jake Best took it.
Yeah, what's this? A replay, boys.
Oh, I'll tell you what, there's a bee's diaphragm in that, Ray Baird.
I'd pay the mark. Benefit of the doubt. In that case, goes the way of Best.
It's not going to make Jackson McDonald feel any better either, right?
Excellent kick. It's an amazing kick. Wonderful work then by Jake Best. He's got his third.
That's awesome.
And Vermont stretched their lead to 45 points.
Yeah, when you're on, and Jake Best is just one of those guys. Sometimes, Ray, it works for him, and sometimes he gets the hard ones but misses the easy ones.
Yep.
So feeling like down there at ground level on the far side of the ground, Gav Casey.
Earth to Cav, over.
It's a bit flat here like me. The Rowville supporters can't hear them, unfortunately. Second of the ball, Rowville, and they push and shove after the event. That's conceding so many free kicks.
Thanks, Gav. Just making sure you're still alive, mate, as the ball comes outside and up to handball away there to Bond on the left boot, inside forward 50. They go, but was looking for Darcy. Nicely done there by Fisher. Cool head in a tough situation. Kick gets poked over, but Trainer takes the mark now for the Hawks. Steering pass into the middle. Here's a go. Garner, the big man, off to the races. He can thump the ball every bit of 50. A big fly over the back there. Couldn't quite pull the mark down. In there was Darcy. They're able to mop up, though. The Eagles. A shocking kick, though. Didn't go out of bounds on the full, but it'll be thrown in about 40 metres out from the Rowville goal line.
For such an experienced footballer, Carey should know better than try these dinky little kicks. Try and kick the ball long to position.
45 points is the margin. Almost an insurmountable lead as it comes out now. Nicely done there by Robinson. Got the handball away, ducking and weaving. McDonald got dispossessed of the football. Well done, Schneider. A little handball over the top. They've just got the confidence. Wadley being brought to ground in a good tackle there, but nonetheless by Ryan Hall, who's certainly his hands up for Rowville's best player in this first half. Got no doubt about that.
They got the confidence, Ben, because they're running in numbers. They got support.
Is that, you're talking Vermont?
No, Vermont, yes,
Yeah.
Vermont.
I
yeah.
didn't know if you're talking Vermont or Hawthorn. As the kick comes out wide now, as we're going to have a thrower. As the random comment reel highlights package at the end of the year. There's a bit of argy-bargy happening there. Buxton, just scary just looking at him here.
Wadley's got a free kick here.
As we wait for the game to restart. Barry Cotts has got some scores happening around the ground.
Yeah, Division 2, Bayswater 6-6-42 to Mitcham 2-4-16.
Okay, so the Waters have bounced back in the second term.
Free kick there.
He's reversed it.
Yeah.
He was told to stop it and he went on and on with it.
Yep.
Yeah, Troy Allen was the player in the hands of the trainers. Sorry, go, Gav.
Just Frawley conceded the free kick.
Just losing Gav Casey there on the boundary. Seister goes short to Giorgio. Giorgio, not sure what to do.
Forward.
Very indecisive.
They're not confident.
Real up and under kick for Hill. Buxton.
That's a mark.
Ainger, sorry it was. And the umpire didn't pay the mark then to Ainger, even though he did seem to get first hands to it. So he will be a ball up. But, yeah, Giorgio then, he didn't seem to know what to do, and in the end it was a bit of a nothing kick to Hill. So strong tackle then. Seister throws it on the boot, had his kick smothered. Driving kick forward for Vermont, up towards Best. Best and Crozier there pretty content to escort the ball to the boundary line.
What does John Brown have to do at half-time, Ray? I think he's going to make some structural positions.
He's got to make positional changes. If he leaves it as it is, they're going to get absolutely
And he's
belted.
got to get
He's got to bring, like you said, Matty Robinson's got to go into the midfield. They've got to move some players around.
They've got to get some of their best players on the ball.
Yeah.
45 points the margin. Schneider Fed it out nicely to Greenwood, to Howard. Howard's very low kick. Kinder gets back though and will clear the area for Rowville.
That's another kick there by Cam Howard, where he just didn't kick the ball through the ball.
Kinder there just put the ball out on the full, so McConnon will get the free kick. Kirby McConnon, a rare touch so far today.
Good
nice mark by Trainer. And we know Trainer's a good user of the footy. This is no exception. Goes short to Bond. Bond out of defence, out towards the wing. Robinson got crunched. Got to his feet quickly though. Had Aiden quickly there in support. And we'll have a boundary throw-in.
Doncaster East back to within a goal of Park Orchards.
Oh, well.
Robinson, good courage there as Kalopi came straight from the bench to come in and go right through his chest, and he's a bit sore right in front of us as the boundary throw.
So we could almost get Gav to call this one. It's right in front of him out there. Garner got the knockdown. He's out of his comfort zone, back on the boundary, winding back the clock for Gav Casey this afternoon. But he'll be back in the chair next Saturday. Looking forward to that. Trainer now on the left boot. Can they get one last go? A big fly there by Riley Darcy out in front, and the big man who's been screaming for it and wanting to just clunk one, as I know that's the correct term. He'll go back and have a shot for his first of the afternoon.
What he's got to do here is kick it no higher than 3/4 of the way up the goalpost, because the higher he kicks it, the more the wind's going to take it. 3/4 height up the goalpost is where it's got to go through.
Well, let's see if he's going to take your advice here, Raymond, as we're right behind him. Just started out right and let the wind do the rest of it, and he has done just that. That was perfect, absolutely perfect. He went a little bit higher than Ray liked, but the wind did the rest for him, and Rowville got a very important goal for them right on the eve of half-time out here at Vermont Recreation Reserve. 26 minutes have ticked by. 9-9-63 the Eagles, the Hawks 3-6-24. Barry Cott, some half-time scores are probably starting to filter through now from the east.
Yes, almost. Bayswater picked another goal, 9-8-62 to Mitcham, 2-4-16. Low scoring game up at Ferntree Gully, 3-1-19, one turn to South to 2-14.
9 goals, 9-63. Vermont leading Rowville 3-6-24. 39 points is the margin here as Koenig got absolutely crunched in the tackle. Was it high? The umpire said no. And he'll throw it up. So Buxton palmed it down. Handball was shot out to Seedsman. Back to... the kick came up towards the wing. Schneider gave it to Greenwood. Greenwood fed it to Ellis. Ellis had his kick smothered. McComb handed it off back to Andy Ellis. High up and under kick by Ellis, looking for Eddie. Good work there by Giorgio. Schneider roved the pack nicely. Got the handball to Best. And Best then was pushed to the boundary line by Crozier.
It was good work by Giorgio, but on the second attempt, because he was the one that punched it, he could have almost marked it, because that second punch almost went to the front and centre forwards by Vermont. Lucky to get away with it.
Ray Baird in special comments this afternoon. Boundary throwing. Garner won the tap down to Frawley. Frawley pushed off the footy. McComb there, strong tackle. And it'll be a ball up. Deep in the Rowville forward line. Deep in the Vermont forward line, I should say. So Eddie there, prowling around the pack. Does the ruck work this time. Garner won the tap down. Trainer overran the footy. Purdy tried to backpedal with the handball. Trainer's handball out to Koenig was clever. McCafferty breaks the tackler quickly. Good tackle though by Clark. Punished him in the tackle. Clark sells himself into trouble. Had it for a long time. Throws it on the boot. Through the middle. That was good work for Rowville. The kick tumbles forward. Trainer runs onto the footy. Has time to steady. Never wastes a kick. Got it to Hill. Hill very short then to Koenig. To Bond. Gwilt just stumbled a bit. Couldn't quite get his momentum through the kick, and as a result he just tumbled it across the boundary line for a boundary throw-in, Ray.
There was a player you called there several times in those issues. A Trainer. He has really stepped up in this quarter. He's had a lot of the football this quarter.
Yeah, and used it really well.
Yeah.
As well.
He's prepared. He's one player that's prepared to come into the corridor.
So Garner won the tap, but it was straight into the hands of Greenwood. High up and under kick there by Greenwood. Booted forward up towards the wing. Gwilt takes possession. Keeps a cool head as he always does. Got it to McDonald. Sweeping handball to Kinder. Kinder launches it forward. Great fly by Garner. Gee, got a lot of that. No mark paid. Strong tackle then by Quigley on Wilcox. It'll be a ball up.
Had a lot of it. Could have almost been paid, but probably the right decision.
Be so handy for Rowville just to get a goal here.
Oh, it'd make all the difference, Brad.
Nearly 30 minutes gone in the first quarter. And just to sneak one here would bring the margin to back under 30 points. So it would, be 33 points if they get a goal here. So that would be crucial.
One big difference I've noticed in this game to halftime is that every time a Vermont player gets tackled, they can get the ball to their boot, whereas Rowville get tackled and they're pinned to the ground.
Buxton won the tap down. Fisher was well wrapped up by Trainer. And I think Matty Trainer's going to be rewarded here with a free kick. Let's cross to Gav Casey on the boundary.
Alex Frawley's gone to the rooms. He's got a very sore ankle, lower leg. So he tried it off just recently, but he's gone off. He's really hurting. So he's in the rooms. We'll see what he can do and come out in the second half.
Let's hope he can come back, because he's one player that they cannot afford to lose. He leads by example.
Yeah, thanks, Gav. That would be a huge loss for the Hawks if they lose Frawley. Matty Trainer. Critical kick this one. You probably wouldn't want the ball in the hands of anyone else for Rowville, and he has made good on it. He's kicked the goal. What a crucial goal that is for Rowville late in the second quarter.
No, that's a very important goal, and interesting, he's kicked that right footer. He's a right footer, but you probably most of the 75% of the kicking he's done today has been on the left foot. So he's a double-sided player. That's what you want.
Absolutely. You're right. He's great by foot off either side of his body. And that wasn't an easy goal either. No. Difficult angle, but he slotted it home. So it is a 33-point lead now for Vermont. Back in the middle. Schneider working hard. Fed out the handball. High up and under kick. Big fly then from Greenwood. Palmed it down to Colopy. And Kinder there in opposition forces a boundary throw-in, but the siren has sounded, and as a result that completes the second quarter. And at halftime, Vermont certainly in the box seat, but Rowville showing a bit of fight towards the end of the quarter. Vermont 9 goals 9, 63. Rowville are 4 goals 6, 30. It is a 33-point lead to Vermont on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Jake Best has 3 goals. Jordan Colopy has 2 for Vermont, while for Rowville, Chris Clark, their only multiple goal kicker, he has 2 of their 4 goals. So at half-time, it is Vermont by 33 points, Ray.
Yeah, and it was a good quarter by Vermont once again. They kicked 5 goals 5 for the 3 goals 5 for the quarter to 3 goals 4. There was only 1 point different on the scoreboard, but they still controlled the quarter. As I said, the main difference as far as I'm concerned is when Vermont get tackled, they have the ability to keep their feet and somehow drop the ball onto the boot, whereas Rowville, when they get tackled, they get brought to the ground and the ball's held in there. But look, if John Brown's got a lot of work to do, I think he's got to move players around and get some of his key players. Damien Garner definitely hasn't done enough. Matty Robinson can be a match winner. He needs, if Frawley doesn't come back, Matty Robinson's got to go to the midfield and have a look. And I would be almost prepared to move James Gwilt down forward and take the gamble on him, taking a mark and kicking some goals.
Well, the goal umpires have waived the score here at the ground on the scoreboard here, which shows Rowville on 4 goals 5, 29, Vermont 9 goals 9, 63. So that is the halftime score. A 34-point lead to Vermont at the long break. We'll be back on the other side of this break with Barry Kotz and Matt Fodia to run through all the scores across the EFL on the other side of this break on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Never miss